Today we're doing another art project, but we're only using materials from the local hardware store. So I decided the art project was going to be a skull, so I found a good reference photo and I used that reference photo to design what each layer of plywood was going to look like. Then I actually ordered this projector online so that I could project my drawing onto these pieces of plywood so that I could draw all the different layers to scale without having to guess and do it all by hand. The plan is, you saw what I drew on my iPad, project it onto these pieces of wood, draw it out so that I can cut out all my pieces and then stack them together. And then once I do that, I'm gonna paint them each a slightly different color, put them all on one board, and then epoxy over the top of it, kind of like what we did in the last video. This one's a little more complex. And I also got thinner wood this time so that it's not so thick because I'm gonna be doing 4 layers. Now, let me show you what I got from the hardware store. I got a 1/2-inch piece of plywood. This is gonna be what we put all the other layers on top of. I haven't decided what color I wanna paint it. And then I got these 1/4-inch MDF sheets. They are 8 foot by 4 foot. So I have enough to do all 4 layers. And then I got some paint. So the color palette we're working with is, I'll show you. So I got these little paints. They're just house paint. So we'll see how the house paint sticks. I just got 4 colors, just little $6 samples. This will be the top layer and then it'll go down to the bottom layer. I haven't decided what we're gonna do for the background. I might stain it and do wood or paint it all black or paint it all white. I haven't decided yet.
Nothing left for me. All I've got is all these broken memories. This new road, I finally broken free. I'm getting restless, waiting for my.
So I finished cutting out all the pieces, but it took a lot longer than I expected. I didn't realize how small some of the pieces were gonna be, so cutting it with a jigsaw was really challenging, especially all the little teeth pieces. And by the time I finished, there were so many little pieces everywhere, I completely forgot where everything went, so I had to look at my reference photo and put it together like a puzzle. But after I figured it out, I went and marked each piece so that when I had to put it back together again after painting, I wouldn't have to do this again. So the 1/4-inch MDF got pretty ripped up when I was cutting it with a jigsaw, so I had to go through and sand every piece down before I could paint it so that the edges were nice and smooth, ready for paint. I got all the boards sanded and ready for paint, but I just realized I forgot to grab paintbrushes. So I'm heading back to Ace, grab some paintbrushes. I'm trying to think if I needed anything else. It's going good so far though. It's just taking a lot longer than I expected. Cutting all those boards out took all day pretty much. Building the actual structure definitely took up a lot of time, but now we can paint it. I'm worried about painting all the little tiny pieces. Well, hopefully Ace has a small paintbrush, but painting should go by quickly. Maybe not. I have to paint all the little tiny like little teeth and everything, but again, I'm just painting it one solid color. I'm not like shading or anything, just one solid color, so it should be easy. It's just a lot of little pieces to paint, and then I got to stick them all together. That'll be crazy. All right, I got lucky. They had small paintbrushes, so I got this one for the little pieces, and then I got this one for the bigger pieces. I was gonna roll it, just roll the paint out, but I don't know, it seems more work, more of a hassle to roll it out. The texture would probably turn out better, but I don't think it'll be that much different, especially with the epoxies on it. It has that gloss finish. So So as you can see, I ended up going with a stain for the background, and I was gonna go with a golden stain, but it turned out being a lot more orange than I imagined, but I ended up loving how it looked with the color of the skull. You might notice I'm leaving the edges as well as the middle unstained. I'm doing that so that the glue will stick better to the wood, so that when I glue the skull and the border that I made, it'll eventually just glue a lot better than if I stained it and then put the glue on top of the stain.
Somewhere far away, I wanna go where they don't know my name. Get out of town, 'cause I can't take no more. And this old town has got nothing left for me. All I've got are these broken memories. This new road I finally broken free. I'm getting restless, waiting for my day to come.
Alright, so assembly went really good. Putting everything together went good. I felt like I was doing a puzzle pretty much. I ended up accidentally tipping over one of my cans of paint while I was touching up the skull, and I ended up tipping over one of my little cans of paint and spilling it all over the whole thing, so I had to hurry and like wipe it up and then do even more touch up. But it's all better now. Everything is glued to the board. The stain ended up coming out a completely different color. I thought it was going to be more like golden, but it came out kind of orangish pinkish, which I like way better than the golden actually. So I'm actually very happy with how it came out. Today we're going to be doing the epoxy coat. Barely got everything prepped. It's really hot today, so yeah, hopefully this epoxy coat goes better than the last one. Also, because of the challenge that we're doing, only using stuff from the hardware store, I'm worried that the epoxy and the paint is going to have some kind of reaction, or the epoxy is not going to stick to the paint or something like that, just because, you know, it's a different kind of paint. For instance, epoxy does not stick to an oil-based paint, so hopefully everything goes good on that accord. I think it's just like a latex paint, so I should be okay. So fingers crossed about that. Got my gloves. I ended up getting a heat gun, so hopefully things go better than last time. If you didn't see last video, I was using a torch and I couldn't get it to pop the bubbles, and when I did pop the bubbles, it would just make a big divot. So hopefully this makes that go easier. I'm not a professional at epoxy. I've only done it twice in my life. The first time completely didn't work at all. It was completely sticky. And the second time was last video, so I ended up getting a different kind of epoxy. This is like the best rated one on Amazon. So hopefully that makes things go smoother as well. I got the brand Super Clear. All right, so I got my gloves. I got a bigger bucket this time so I can mix it all at once. We're learning from our mistakes. We're not professionals here on this channel. We're just creative, okay? We try our best. All right, so I got my bucket. I think I'm gonna do, let's see, maybe 32 ounces. Maybe we'll read and see. It says, never pour if the temperature is above 84 degrees. Oh, we're at 79 degrees. It says avoid using in high humidity. That's impossible. I'm trying to see the chart on like how much. Oh, there we go. Maybe I'll just do, I think I'll do 40 ounces. And I didn't mix it enough last time. I realized I watched a video after I did the last one, and you're supposed to mix it until it becomes not cloudy. And it was still cloudy when I was done mixing it, and I just poured it like that because I was just worried that it was gonna set too fast. I didn't realize how long it took for it to set. This time, I'm gonna mix it longer. I'm gonna take my time when I pour, get rid of all the bubbles with the heat gun, and hopefully everything goes by smoother. And hopefully the paint and epoxy combo doesn't just completely ruin this whole thing. we got a problem. I was about to start doing the epoxy, but I caught this. Okay, you can't really see it on camera, but there's like a big spot that has no paint on it. That once you put the epoxy on, those spots really show up. So I'm gonna have to touch up the paint a little bit more and then wait a couple hours, then we can start the epoxy. I think that went way better. This epoxy is much easier to work with, and the heat gun is a game changer. It got rid of all the bubbles, so I think it's gonna dry good the first round. Hopefully we don't have to do a coat number 2 because, I don't know, I guess I do have enough epoxy to do coat number 2, so we might have to do a coat number 2, but it looks really good so far, so just gotta let it dry and see how it dries. Fingers crossed. All right, so the final epoxy coat looks good, or the only epoxy coat looks good, I should say. I'm starting to build the frame, and I cut my first piece and somehow I cut it like a ½ inch too short, which means I can't use that piece. I should be able to use the other side of it, but the other side broke while I was cutting. So that piece is now unusable, which means I now don't have enough wood to do the actual frame. So I guess I'm gonna cut all the other edges and then I'm gonna have to go get some more wood as usual. Got it. So I went back and forth on whether I should stain the frame to match the background or if I should paint it black or do something else, maybe even paint it green, but I ended up just matching it with the background, the wood that was stained in the background of the skull. So let me know if you like that. I'm still not too sold on it. I might like it better if it was black. So let me know in the comments if you like it stained or if you would rather see it black. Next time we can even still change this one, or next time I'll do whatever you guys think. All right guys, it actually turned out so much better than I thought. I think I actually might try and sell this one. So I'll keep you guys updated on that in my next couple of videos if I do end up selling it and how much I sell it for. But yeah, are you ready to see it? All right, well, here it is. Alright guys, I appreciate you watching. The next video I already designed what I'm going to be making, so keep an eye out for that. It'll probably be in a week from now. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be kind of like this one, but actually it's pretty different. A little bit more technical than this one, but thanks for watching. Subscribe. See ya.